Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please give us a call if you guys are looking to improve your credit score, lower your car payment, buy a car, trade in a car. If you're looking to purchase your first home, if you're looking to purchase a rental property, we can help you. Give us a call today, 877-205-7771. Talk to you guys soon, and thanks again.
Hello everyone, this is Calvin Russell, CEO and founder of A50 Club Credit Consultation. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today we're going to talk about why you should not remove any old addresses on your credit report. And I know a lot of people have different views on this, but I think that we got to look at a broader spectrum of things. Number one, a lot of banks now are starting to do a lot more soft pulls. If you guys haven't seen, of course, any of my recent videos or just changes in your normal credit life, that you're getting stuff in the mail, you're getting whether it be a soft pull at the dealership or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of different platforms that are now doing soft pulls. For those who don't know, let me explain how a soft pull works. Okay, for those who don't know, you have what they call a hard inquiry and what they call a soft inquiry. Oh, we also call it a pull. So a hard pull is the exact same thing as a hard inquiry. A soft pull is the same thing as a soft inquiry. So a hard inquiry is normally when you give someone authorization and your social, to run your credit report, to see your credit score and everything of that sort. Okay. Now a soft pull or soft inquiry is normally a promotional process. That's number one. When like when you get stuff in the mail. So when you get stuff in the mail, when you get stuff like in your email, so just a lot of different platforms that are now hitting everybody with these soft pull pre-approvals. Another way that it happens is if you, let's say you go to a website, and then you want to see like what type of pre-approvals you can get, let's say for a credit card, which I just did a video on that, by the way. So, they now take your information without your social, without your date of birth sometimes too. And but at minimum, most of the time they don't ask you for your social, or if they do, it's the last four of your social. This is why they're doing this. Okay, so we come from a time where they needed everything. In the car business, it's what we call a five-liner: your first and last name, your address, your date of birth, your social, and how long you've been living at your current address. Okay, that's what we call like a five-liner. Okay, and in that spectrum, of course, the biggest thing was always the social. If you put in a social and the wrong name, things never used to come back in the day because everything just pulled. It was direct. Now what they're trying to do is people are becoming more credit conscious, and there are some people who like, listen, nobody's running my credit, right? And so now companies are now trying to come up with more soft pull methods. In order for all this to work, they need to use as much information as possible to come up with a match of a person without using their social. That's where the addresses come in. Addresses, date of birth, the way the names are spelled, and things of that sort. So now a five-liner, again, coming from the car business, it now turns into a four-liner, right? But what happens when you get someone that has a very common name? I'll give a good example. There was a young lady, here locally, and her name was, I'm not going to say her real first name, but I'll use another common name, but let's say Mary Jones, and it was very close to Mary Jones. But either way, and she had a situation where, because her name was so common, it was a lot of incorrect addresses. Now, you do want to get incorrect addresses off, not just incorrect addresses, incorrect jobs, addresses, incorrect spellings of names, nicknames, things of that sort, because you don't want those types of issues, okay? So, but either way, I say that to say, if it is correct, because we get this from our clients all the time, saying, hey, can you remove this old address? It's like 10 years old. That helps them create a profile for you without having to run your social. So again, you don't want to just have just one or two addresses on there and you're like in your 40s or 50s. You know good and well you have more addresses than that. But again, it just makes things a lot more easier with the new software that's now coming out for a lot of these credit reporting companies. Again, that's just my personal opinion based on what I've seen in the credit industry thus far. But again, if you're like, you know what, Calvin, forget all that. I want everything to be up to date, and that's perfectly fine. But then there's also the disconnect between, let's say we have another small issue too, is when a person hasn't applied for credit in like a little while, and it's not that their addresses are incorrect, it's more so their most recent information, like their recent job and address, they haven't applied for credit, so the credit reports course, don't have that information. So you want to make sure you need to at least update, your employer and things of that sort. Now, with my clients, we go through the entire process, okay? And it's not just me. Just so you guys know, everyone doesn't just work with me. They work with my entire team. And with our team, what we do is we go over all of that. So 9 times out of 10, we're going to, give you guys, suggestions on, different types of various things. Hey, use your credit card like this. These are some companies you should apply with, just little things like that. But for the most part, working with us, the credit reports, the credit bureaus will be automatically updated just because, again, we're applying for credit. So a lot of times if you haven't applied for credit recently, there's no way for them to have access to your updated information. But again, because I've also seen people say, well, how did they get this address? How did they get this job information? Well, you just got an auto loan. So everything you put on that application, they're going to update that. So a lot of people don't know that. But again, that's where they get this information from. They're not digging for your information. You give it to them for the most part, So don't get me wrong. There are some connections that credit bureaus do have with major brands like McDonald's, Walmart, like major brands. But a lot of this, like if you're working at a company that's not that big or they're just big locally, a lot of that stuff they're getting from credit card applications or credit applications in general, I should say. So, but again, try your best not to remove any old addresses, old jobs and things of that sort. Again, there's a difference between not removing and updating. So I worked at McDonald's back in like 2000 in high school and not in 2000, I'm sorry, in like 2004, 2005, 2006, all the way up until like 2000 and I think like 8 or something. So, but either way, I say that to say, McDonald's is not home mine because I took that off years ago. But at the same time, my point is that you want to have some stuff that's in there that's, of course, got a little age on it, but then also make sure things that are updated. So like on my credit report now, of course, it says employer, it says 850 Club because that's what I put, but again, I don't mind the older stuff because when they're doing a soft pull, things are going to match. Because there are some times where people try to do a soft pull and they get denied, not because of their credit. A lot of times they can't find a match without your social. So just keep that in mind if you keep removing personal information, not because it's age, but because if it's incorrect, you got to do it that way. But if it's got a little age on it, it's completely fine. So if you like this video, like it. If you want to share it, share it. And as always, be sure to subscribe as we have nothing but great content on the way. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.